Good morning. Hi, everyone. Welcome. It's Saturday morning, and I'm so thankful that you're taking time to spend with me today. So if you're finding me by accident or it's your first time with me, I want to say welcome. Today is the fall. I don't know if this is backwards. Yes, it's backwards, but it is the fall or holiday mini catalog launch. And so this is what that catalog looks like here. If you have been shopping with me before, you would have received a catalog in the mail from me. If you do not have a demonstrator and would like one, just put a note in the comment, just say catalog, and I will hook you up after the live here today. Welcome as you come on, say hello, let me know who's watching, who's here with me. Yeah, but if this is your first time here, you have found Sarah Lynn Duque, and on all social media channels, I go as Sarah Lynn Stamp, so look me up on YouTube and Instagram as well. And I'm here, a few times a week, anyways, up sharing projects and ideas with you. And I have been, can you believe it? It's almost a year since I've been with Stampin' Up now. So it's been a lot of fun, and I've got a lot of great stuff to share with you today. But I want to say thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for sharing your time with me. And I'm just going to give it a couple minutes for some people to join in here. Now, if you have been shopping with me or are a customer of mine, you would have also received a little project kit in the mail. I just sent this out last week. So I know the mail is a little bit iffy right now. And so hopefully it made its way to you in time. But if not, it might be sitting in your mailbox, or you might get it next week, and that's okay. You can come back next week and make your project. But we are going to make this little project together here. So if you got this project kit, just go ahead and grab it, and we are going to look at all of the amazing things in the fall holiday catalog today. So there's just so much stuff that I want to share with you. I actually am going to have to be a little bit selective, because I'm sort of the person that just kind of like wants to go, here it's all, and share it all with you. But I know that sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming, but I want us to take a look at one of the particular sets in there, Merriest Moments. So it's a really fun hybrid embossing folder stamp set kind of set, and I want to show you how to use that, because some of us, well, for me, it took me a little while to figure it out. So I figured since I spent the time, I could show you really easily how to do that. So stay tuned, and we are going to walk through that. Anyways, I am going to switch things around, and we're going to get started, because like I said, I have a few things that I want to share with you, and I don't want to hold you up any longer. So if you're having troubles, don't worry. I will save this video and post it a little bit later too. So stay tuned. I'm going to turn you around. Just give me one. Folks, we are in the camera, and we are live. You have found me here on Sarah Lynn Stamps. It is the fall mini holiday, whatever you're calling it, catalog launch. I went with fall because I just cannot accept that we're at Christmas yet. So you will see today I have tried really hard not to be too Christmassy. So I see a few people are jumping on now, which is great. I think that maybe we were having some tech problems at the beginning, so I apologize if you weren't able to get on. I have hooked up the booster, and hopefully we are good to go for our fall catalog launch. So thank you so much for coming on. Say hello. Let me know that you're here. I love that you guys are joining me. Okay, fall catalog launch. So the catalog we are talking about is this mini catalog here. So if you have shopped with me before in the last year, you would have received a mini catalog like this. This one was supposed to run from July to December, but due to some shipping problems, the COVID shipping problems, they actually didn't launch until August. So they wanted to make sure that they actually had supplies available to you before they launched the catalog. So this just started August the 3rd and runs right through to December. So this has all of our fall kind of occasions and some beautiful, more like the fall kind of colors and seasonal stuff, and then it works its way right into Christmas. So we've got all of that nice stuff to look at today. So this is our annual catalog. We will see a couple of things out of here today, but that's not what we're focusing on. So let me set that aside. In addition, right now we are also running our second season of Saleabration. Now, Saleabration is awesome for a number of different reasons. Saleabration just means until the end of September, so September 30th, with every $60 purchase before shipping and tax, you get to choose a free item out of the Saleabration catalog. Hi, Auntie Pat. Hi, Mom. Thank you for coming on, you guys. I really do appreciate that you take the time to spend with me this morning. Let me know if you're having any tech problems. I think I've solved them, but if I haven't, let me know. Anyways, in here, there are so many wonderful, wonderful products that you can get for free with a minimum purchase until the end of September. So I will show you some of these as we go through today as well. But if you don't have this and you want to know more about Saleabration, just put Saleabration in the comments and I'll make sure that I can hook you up with the Saleabration information and catalog. So, okay, the other thing about Saleabration, and I'll mention this a little bit later, is there is a deal on joining Stampin' Up. So what does joining Stampin' Up means? That means you are someone who likes to get a discount. So you shop, you like to shop, you buy a lot of Stampin' Up, and you'd like to get a discount for yourself. Well, if that's you, you can join Stampin' Up right now for $135. You get $165 worth of product, and you get to choose one of these bundles out of the holiday mini catalog for free. So some of these bundles are up to $70 some. So, I mean, it's a really great time to think about joining. So like I said, whether you just want to be a discount shopper, whether you actually want to run a business like I do, whether you want to share your demonstratorship with you and your friends, it's whatever works for you. Just put in the notes there, join, and I will get some more information to you about that if you want some more information. Let me see, what else was I going to tell you about? Oh, Wednesdays, Cards and Coffee, Wednesdays at noon, I'm live. And this one here, you guys, I was thinking about this. Saturday, October the 2nd, I have planned right now to hold an in-person Christmas card buffet here in Medicine Hat. We're going to have to stay tuned for that. Our numbers, our COVID numbers in Medicine Hat are not trending the right way. We, I think, are number 3 for COVID per capita in the province currently. Numbers are out of control. So we will see, unless some miracle happens and things change, we may have to postpone this Christmas card buffet. But anyway, stay tuned for that. All right, let's get stamping, you guys. Like, enough chit-chat about nothing, right? Just say, yeah, you're right. Stop talking. Okay, I got to have some coffee. My wonderful daughter made it for me this morning because I was just out of time, as usual, when I'm coming on live. Okay, where shall we start, you guys? Okay, so let's maybe just go through here, and I will just show you some samples as we go with some of my favorite sets. So the Gingerbread and Peppermint set, the only thing that I have out of this kit here, or out of this section here, is the designer series paper. And I know sometimes it's really hard to see what the paper looks like on the piece of paper here. So it does tell you, all of this is called a suite. So when you see this, it has a whole bunch of products that coordinate together so that it's really easy to make projects. So if you don't know where to start, or you don't know what goes together, this is a great way to do it. So it'll give you stamp sets and die cuts. This one has 2 sets of die cuts, so this is kind of a super suite. They're not usually this large. And some other embellishments and stuff that coordinate. And then we have designer series paper. So designer series paper is just Stampin' Up's pattern paper, which is double-sided. And it's high quality, heavy, thick designer series paper, pattern paper for using with scrapbooking, card making, all of your crafting needs. But my favorite part actually, and I'm just pointing this out to you, maybe if this is your first time seeing this, is at the bottom, they list out all of the colors that were designed to go with this suite. So of course you can use whatever colors you want. You can use whatever paper you want. And you'll see today I'm kind of changing things up a little bit on the suite that I want to focus on. But it tells you what colors are in the designer series paper. So if you're a beginner and you need to kind of start gathering your supplies, but you want to use this suite, you know I could use one of these ink colors to stamp all of my stuff to coordinate with this paper. And I'm probably going to need some cardstock that's going to match this. So of course you can get white. White will match anything. Or you could choose one of these colors. And then you're just having to buy 1 pack of cardstock and 1 ink pad along with whatever your designer series paper or your stamp set to be able to coordinate and make beautiful projects. So I love looking at this part, the designer series paper and the colors that are included. It just makes it so easy to shop and decide what your priorities are. So you can see some of the gorgeous projects here. And actually some of these projects here are just made by cutting out these images out of the designer series paper. So again, if you do not have a lot of supplies, this is a fantastic suite to start with because you can cut out these images without having ink, without having a stamp set or die cuts. You can just cut these out with your scissors and create beautiful projects. So let me show you what some of this paper looks like. So again, this is 2-sided. So the one side on here we have mittens and stars, and these are all made to kind of look like gingerbread cookies is what they are that have been piped and iced. And then on the back side, we have a pattern. So that's sort of how all of these papers are designed. This one we have a simple pattern and then some green on the back, like that. And I'll just go through some of these quickly so that you can see. Here's more of a gingerbread again with the icing. I love this one with the polka dots. This is maybe my favorite one in the whole package, actually. And then here's another one. So you can see how many cards or things you could make just by cutting out these trees. So here we've got 8 on this piece, and you get 4 pieces of this particular design where you could use that. Don't make me do math, but 4 times 8. Yes, I am not bad. Yes, it is true. And there's the other side, right? So there's lots of options for using this. There's the back side of that. Look at this pretty one. I haven't even seen that one before. All right, again, some more images here, some more shapes that you could cut out. I think these are the ones that they've used actually. Right here are the trees, the ones that I showed you before. This one has just cut out of cinnamon cider. They've cut out the shape and then they've layered a die cut on top. And then this one here, I'm not sure if these are, I don't think those are die cut. I think maybe those are embossed actually. And there's some more shapes there and some more shapes. So there are a lot of different options that you could make with this package without even having stamps or ink. So if you're a beginner stamper or not, and you just wanted to get something simple to be able to build holiday projects with, this is a really great option. So again, I just wanted to kind of outline for you what a suite was about and how all of that worked. Now this is one that I have. Here's the stamp set. This is one that I have, and let me show you this one here. This is called... No, I set myself stuff aside and I lose it all. Okay. So this is called the Sweets and Treats, and it comes with a stamp set like this. And you would have seen maybe on my page, I made these 2 cards the other day, a blue version and a pink version. So I just stamped the images here and colored them and used designer series paper from the Pattern Party designer series paper that is from the Hostess, a Hostess benefit right now. So anyways, the Sweets and Treats. But the reason I want to show you this is because it coordinates with another set in here called the Classic Cloche. And so you'll see they both have the domes. And this one has some different images that go in the domes. So if you can see that there. And so what you can do, you'll notice in the catalog that sometimes you'll see it sort of shaded like this. And that means that there's a coordinating die cut. So die cuts are basically little metal, they're not scissors, but they're like cutouts. So they're die cut. So you put this into a die cutting machine, and I'll show you how that works in a little bit. And you're going to cut out these shapes. And so this one here, this set here, the Sweets and Treats, the die cuts from the Classic Cloche set actually coordinate with this as well. So it works really well to be able to coordinate both sets and to only have one set of die cuts that you can use for multiple stamp sets. So anyways, this one is really fun. Here's a couple of ideas with that stamp set. Okay, I'm going to just go through to the stuff that I have. There's some beautiful things in here, but as I said, I'm trying not to do Christmas right now. So I don't have too many Christmas sets. Although I will show you one today. I have made an exception for all of you today. I will show you some Christmas. This paper, I don't have it, but it's beautiful. I have seen it. Absolutely gorgeous. Now this ribbon here is cherry cobbler and gold. And if you can see how much gold is in that, like it is very festive and very glittery, but it's really beautiful. It's nice and soft. It'll be easy to tie. Gorgeous gold and a kind of a deep red. It's cherry cobbler for those that are familiar with the colors, which is almost like a burgundy red sort of color. So it's a very deep holiday red. Very, very pretty. Okay. Christmas, you guys. I could show you all of this stuff all day, but here's that Classic Cloche set that I was telling you about. So again, here's the stamp set. If you want the stamp set and the dies, you can purchase them as a bundle for 10% off. And you'll find those all here at the bottom of the catalog pages where there's a die set that goes with it. Okay, I just wanted to show you another set here. Sparkle, isn't this one cute? Sorry, it's cute. I have matte dots here to go with it, but that's it. Now this one is highly popular. This is the Penguin Place bundle, and this is part of your project kit today. So we will take a look at this in a little bit, but this is absolutely adorable. It comes with a coordinating punch so that you can punch out all the different pieces of your little penguin here and put them together. We have some sparkly black glitter paper. We also have some white velvety paper that would work fantastic with this set to make something gorgeous. But I'm not going to tell you too much about that because we're going to play with that in a little bit. I am looking for one particular set, which I can't find, of course. Okay, this is what we are going to talk about today. And I will show you some other things as we go. But I want to show you the Merriest Moments bundle set here. The reason I decided to show you this is because it's actually not complicated, but it did take me a little bit of work to figure it out because it is amazing. It comes with so many different components to make beautiful projects. It's called a hybrid embossing folder is part of the bundle here, and it comes with an embossing folder like this, a 3D embossing folder, and it also comes with the Merriest Frames die. So these come together. You can't get these separately. These come together. It's called a hybrid embossing folder, and you'll find it down here on page 43. Okay, so let me show you that a little bit more. So you're going to get these two components. You're going to get an embossing folder, and you're going to get the die sets that go with it. So in the dies, there are actually a whole bunch of dies in here that kind of all work together. So we have, mine are a little loose because I've been using them. We have lots of little bits that can be used to coordinate with your stamp set to punch out your poinsettias, your hollies, your greenery. All of these different things have die cuts in here that you can cut out. Even your berries and these little flower, I'm guessing those are for the flowers, the stamen of the flowers. Lots of different things. But it also comes with sort of a rectangle here that fits into this section, which creates some beautiful, beautiful frames. And that's what I want to show you how to use. So the hybrid embossing folder means that you emboss and you cut all at once. It's like magic. It's like a miracle. But it is something new to me and probably new to you too. So let me show you how this works. Okay, so I just have some cardstock here. So what we do here inside, I'll show you how you can do this first. So first you can use this all by itself. We're just going to stick in our paper. So you'll see the Stampin' Up! Logo here. This is the top of your embossing folder. So if you ever wonder which way to put this, it doesn't matter when you put it through your machine, but this is the side that's going to show on your card, the top of your embossing. So we're going to set that in like that. And I've got my embossing. I've got this particular set here requires the large or the full-sized Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It will not fit on the mini. So just in case you're wondering about that. So to emboss, you get all of these sheets with your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I want to make sure that you can see this. You get all these different plates. And so this is plate number 1. And you'll see on here, it actually tells you what plates you need for all the different steps, all the different components. So to do our 3D embossing folder, we only need the first plate, and we're going to put our embossing folder in like this, and then we put in the last plate, which is plate number 4 on top. Okay, so we put this through, and it has a hand crank, and I'm going to make you guys all a little dizzy here. I know it's going to kind of move along here, and then you just hand crank it. It's not hard. It works effortlessly, so you don't have to have a lot of upper body strength, thankfully for me. And then you'll see what we get is this gorgeous embossed piece that all alone, just this one piece you could put on a card front and be done. Stamp your sentiment in here and you've got something gorgeous. So, but let me show you what else you can do with this. So the idea with a hybrid embossing folder, like I said, is you can emboss and cut at the same time. So on this top part here, this large die, this large open one, fits up here on the top, on the front plate. So the one that says Stampin' Up! On it, it fits onto the back of that. And it just actually fits right in there. There's a groove. I'm trying to get this where you can see it. There's a groove in here. So it doesn't actually even move. It just sits right in there, and you're not going to have to worry about lining it up. You're going to put your cardstock on top. And a great way to line this up is with this line across the front by the Stampin' Up. That's a really great way to make sure you've got your cardstock straight and in there. Okay, so we're going to just set that in there. And it's just a little bit harder for me because I am up in the air. Okay, so we're going to set that in there. We're going to close it up. I'm going to just make sure it's all on the cardstock. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to set this on our machine, put on our number 4 plate, and we're going to run it through the machine again. Okay, so get ready for a dizzy again. A little bit of shaking here. We're running it through the machine, just like so. Sometimes it makes a loud click. Don't be afraid. That's okay. So what we're going to end up with now when we open it is we have embossed just like before, but we have also cut out another layer. So now we have this embossed layer that we've cut out. So it's embossed and cut. Isn't that beautiful? So now there's something else you can do. Like, we don't have to stop there, but you can use any of those components just like that without moving further on their own or together. So we have this one that we've cut out, and we have this embossed panel that we did with our embossing folder, right? Okay, so the next thing you can do, now this one doesn't involve your embossing folder. So what you would do is you would use that piece that we just cut out, and I have an additional one here somewhere. You're going to take that piece that we just cut out, and you're going to actually take this detail die here. And it fits right onto the inside. So the inside is the part where it's all pokey. We're going to put this, we're going to fit this right into here. And it just slides right in there. So again, you don't have to worry about it moving or shifting. It's just fitting right inside that die. Okay, now we need different plates because this is a die. It's not an embossing folder. So when we're die cutting, we use our first plate. Where did I put my plates? We use plate number 2. Then we put down a bottom plate. And mine are nicely worn and used, but that's okay. They work fine. You'll see. We put down what we want to cut, our paper and our die cut. And then we're going to push this through. Now you'll see that it's going to make kind of a little bit of a click here, but it's there. That's normal. Don't fret when you hear noises. It's okay. Okay, so now what we're going to get here when we run this through our die cutting machine, I'm going to take this upside down, is we're going to get an intricate die. So what this does is it pulls out all of the cardstock that is in between all the leaves and all the pieces around. We can just pull this off. And then we can even poke out all these little pieces here, just like this. And actually, I really like to just kind of flick it with my fingers like this. This is called the lazy man's way. And if you have little pieces that you can't get out, you can use your take-a-pick tool to poke them out, or just use your fingernail like I do here. This one doesn't have a lot of really tiny, tiny pieces, so you can pretty much get away with doing it like that. But anyways, now we have this beautiful piece. Like, isn't that gorgeous? So we have 3 different pieces that we can make with this die cut set here. And so let me set this out of the way here. Now let me show you what we can do with those pieces that we've made. All right, let me show you again what we have. So we have the intricate die that we made with by cutting out this. So these are the 3 pieces that we made with that one hybrid embossing set. So we embossed just a card front. We cut out the layer of the leaves. And then we also did an intricate cutout where it cut out all the little pieces behind. So you can use these on their own, or you can use them together. So let me show you one idea that I had here, and we're going to use these today. And I haven't quite decided here which one I want to. We'll decide together which one we want to use. So you can layer these up too. So this bottom one, if you cut it out in a different color or even the same color and layer them up, it's a little bit larger. So then you end up with sort of a shadow or a little bit of a layer on there, which I really like. And then you can even take this and put this on top of your whole card if you wanted to, right? So you can layer these up or use them separately. So for now, I'm going to actually pull out some of those beautiful little penguin guys, and I've pre-stamped a sentiment to a dear friend, because again, we're not admitting that it's Christmas is coming. So I'm going to use this white piece of thick cardstock, and this measures 5.5 by 8.5, and then I'm just folding it in half to make my card base. And we are going to use one of these pieces. Now I haven't quite decided which one, so you guys can let me know what you think. This piece here is out of a Saleabration designer series paper called Penguins Pattern Penguin. I don't know. We'll look at it. Something penguins. Anyways, it's a free pattern paper, designer series paper in the Saleabration that you can purchase, that you get for free with a $60 purchase. So now I didn't want to fussy cut out all of these different pieces, so I just cut out a rectangle around the bear, and I'm going to stick him right there into the opening. Now I just want to look at this and see if I like it better with just this piece, or if I like it better with this piece. What do you think? Or we could even put both pieces on there. Should we layer it up? Maybe that's too much. I think I'm just going to stick with this one. I like this one. Okay, so let's take some adhesive. I'm going to use some Stampin' Seal, and I'm going to just put some on the back here. Oops, sorry. And put that into the nice place that they've nicely designated for us. A little window there. And I've cut out a penguin. So if you have the penguin builder punch, you can actually just punch this right out with the punch. You don't even need to cut it out. But I cut this guy out of the paper because I already had my paper cut up. And we're going to set him right over here. Now I might take you know what, I might not use a dimensional for him. Because of the lift here in our paper, he's already kind of got a little bit of a lift. So I think I'm just going to set him right like that. And I'm going to take my sentiment. So this one says, to a dear friend, because like I said, I'm not doing Christmas. I mean, I totally am, but I'm not. So I wanted to show you how you can use these Christmas sets in other unique ways. So we're taking this pretty fancy, I think fancy, Merriest Moments die here, and we're kind of making it a little bit more casual by adding some of this penguin place paper. And then by putting to a dear friend, we're able to use it for other occasions. So you could put happy birthday here for a winter birthday. You could totally make this into a Christmas card if you wanted to. It's really up to you. But because I am in denial, I am going with to a dear friend. I just think it's so nice to be able to use your Christmas sets in other ways, because otherwise I know Christmas is kind of a main season when we all kind of are crafting. And so I understand that people like to have their Christmas specific sets, but I love to craft all year long, and I really love to be able to use my sets in all sorts of different ways. So I'm just using my Stampin' Seal here to add some adhesive to the back. And you could use liquid glue, you could use whatever kind of adhesive you want. And then I'm just going to make sure that I've got it all onto the cardstock and set that on like that. And there we go. We've got a really beautiful, simple card that we've made with one of the layers. And again, you could have used any of the layers that you wanted to on this. Let me show you another thing that I made with this. And it is kind of a holiday card, but at least it's non-traditional. So on this card, I embossed the background here in Blushing Bride, and then I cut out the second layer in white and used it as a background for a basic gray layer. Now you'll notice here I didn't actually emboss my basic gray layer. I wanted to keep this card a little bit minimalistic and a little bit of sort of a non-traditional kind of Christmas idea. And then I took this rose gold paper. This is out of the annual catalog. It comes in a package of 6x6 paper with rose gold and gold paper in there. And you'll see that it's kind of got a brushed look to it. And so I've cut that out as my background here, and I've cut out 2 poinsettias and just added that to my card. So it's very simple, very sort of minimalistic kind of palette, and definitely non-traditional, but I actually really, really love this. So you could dress this up by embossing this layer and it would look like this. On here, if you wanted to, you could take off or add other layers, but this is just such a fun way to use that Merriest Moments set. So I wanted to show you how to use the dies and the embossing folder, because when you first look at it, it does feel a little overwhelming because there's so many components to it, but it's really not that difficult, but it gives you so many options. So anyways, I hope that that's helpful for you and that you enjoyed the Merriest Moments. So again, we used some non-traditional colors here today to make some of these pretty cards. Let's take a look at some other stuff here in the catalog. Now, I want to show you this Sparkle of the Season set. So this again is a stamp set that has coordinating dies, and it has a lot of different coordinating dies again that comes with it. I'm finding that some of our bundles are growing. Like, I mean, you get so many different dies that go with them, and they're not all just dies that coordinate with the stamps. Like, there's lots of extra add-ons, which makes it really fun. Because you really could kind of fussy cut around your stamp sets if you want to, but the idea of having extra pieces to coordinate with that is just gorgeous. So this set, the reason I love it so much is because it goes across so many different seasons. So you'll see here we have a thankful, so we've got Thanksgiving, we've got Happy Halloween, which is obvious, and then we've got Christmas, again, grateful, and May the Sparkle of the Season warm your heart and home. That one really could be used with any other seasonal sentiment as well. And then you've got different things that coordinate with the different seasons. Snowflakes, bats, stars, leaves. Make sure I'm still in the camera here. Different types of foliage that you can add to it. But there are 3 different kind of wreath shapes, which I love so much in the die cuts here. So you can make wreaths or for all sorts of different seasons. You've got pumpkins that are not in your stamp set, but there's die cuts for them. There's lots of little leaves here, bigger leaves. I've got a big bat here, which I've seen people cutting out of that black glitter paper again. And you've got the witch's broom here. This one here, I wasn't sure at first what it was for, but all these little dots, basically you can punch out and have little berries. So this would be especially good over Christmas, where you could add your little berries around the evergreen wreath here. But so you've probably seen this card already in action, but the card that I made with this set, I made for a swap and for some of my lovely customers. And it just looks like this. I don't know if this paper is the glaring on there. But so this paper here is actually the bedazzling paper that's in the Saleabration catalog. So it's one of the choices. It's the first choice, actually. For a purchase with $60, you get this gorgeous, gorgeous glitter paper. And I have almost used up all of my paper. I don't know where, here it is. This is what I've got left of mine. So I've got a bag full of scraps and 1 full sheet, but this is what it looks like. So you can see it here on the card. But let me just show you this a little bit closer. This paper is absolutely gorgeous, and I have been told it is already in low inventory because it's so popular. But you see that gorgeous, it has like almost like sequins, but it's smooth. And so it's a pretty heavy paper. So it's not going anywhere. Like the glitter doesn't come off, it doesn't shed, it doesn't make a mess, but it's just nice and sparkly. So the other thing that you can do with this, and let me just show you this, is you can actually color this with Stampin' Blends. So any color that you have, I'm just going to use a scrap, you can color this paper to have any color of glitter that you like, any color of shine that you want. So if you want it to be for the holidays, you're more traditionally going to go with the green and the red, right? I have seen people just coloring a strip of this and putting it as a backdrop on their card. So coloring sort of like a piece like this as a card front, coloring the different sections, and then you end up with lots of different colors. But what I did with this when I colored it is I made a Christmas card. Yes, I broke my rules. I made a Christmas card. And it looks like this. So remember the classic cloche set that I showed you earlier? That was stamped out of here. And then I colored the bedazzling paper and cut it out with the die sets from the classic cloche set. And I've got these trees here. So now I've got 2 green trees and I've got one just in the original kind of champagne color. I did watercolor some of the sky back there, but that would be completely optional. And then I just stamped it in cherry cobbler down here. Really simple card. And these ones are actually just colored sequins. So any of the sequins, you can color them with your blends and make them whatever color you want. So for example, these ones here are the rhinestone basic jewels, but I could take my Stampin' Blend and just color them. So then I have coordinating ones to go with whatever project. So that's what I did in this example. I colored them with the cherry cobbler and then added them to my project. So Stampin' Blends are just really, really amazing. And they come in, if you're not familiar with them, they come in a set of 2. So the colors that we offer, you're going to get a dark and you're going to get a light. And so these can be used to color. So I use Stampin' Blends again in this sample here to color my cupcakes. So you can kind of blend from dark to light. As you can see the shadows here on the base plate. So that is what Stampin' Blends are amazing for. They're for coloring, but they'll also color embellishments. They will color a bedazzling paper. They will also color ribbon. So I don't have an example to show you of that, but you can color any of our ribbon to coordinate as well. So Stampin' Blends are a really great staple to have in your craft room. But anyways, this is my not Christmas card. This is the focus, the not Christmas today. And then this is a Christmas version of how you can use that same paper. But this paper is gorgeous and going quickly. So if it's something that you are interested in, get in there and get your order placed. $60 will get you a pack of that paper for free. And yeah, let me see what else I have to share with you today. Here are some more samples that I've received. Let's go through. This one here is from the Pretty Pumpkins stamp set. And I love the colors that are in here. And actually this one inspired a class that I'm offering. And if you've received your kit, you would have also received this flyer about the Pretty Pumpkins class. So this class is going to be held virtually on September the 14th, which is a Tuesday. But the video will be saved. So if you can't make it on that day, that's okay. You can always watch the video at a later time and participate in this class. You're going to get the Pretty Pumpkins stamp set. You'll get the Pretty Pumpkins coordinating dies, as well as all of the consumable products, the paper products, the embellishments, all of that you will receive by mail from me to create 6 different projects. And actually, I'll also send you a PDF of one bonus project that you can make on your own. So you'll have a total of 7 different projects to make. This class does cost $80, but that includes the shipping. And like I said, it includes the stamp set and the dies and all of the projects components to make 6 different projects. All right, so this one, there is the deadline to register for that is August the 20th, and you'll find this on my Facebook page. So if you're interested in the Pretty Pumpkins class, go ahead and just email me at sarahlynstamps@gmail.com and let me know that you're interested, and I will send you an invoice for payment and also all of the information for that. Another thing that I received here, this is a Halloween card that my friend Lindsay made. And this, I don't know what stamp set that's from, actually. There is, I think it's like a little bitty Festive and Bright bundle, maybe? Let me just look it up. Anyways, this is a card that I received from her. No, it's not. And this set for the pumpkin is in the Holiday Mini. This one here, there's the leaf set. I'm sorry, I don't know all the names of all of the new stamp sets yet, but these are cards that were sent to me from some of my friends, some of my demonstrator friends. And so this is one. They punched these leaves out of designer series paper, and then they've layered it on the colors and contour scallop dies here. Pretty, huh? And this is a ribbon that is in the new catalog. That one is made by Stella. Now this one I love. And I still have my eye on this set for Christmas, so we'll see. This one is called, I think Peaceful Place is what it's called, and it's a whole suite in the catalog as well. It has a beautiful cabin. It has some trees in it. There's some coordinating, I think it's called a bark embossing folder. She's used the Wintry embossing folder here with the pine needles on it. But this is just a basic white card. And actually, it looks like, I haven't taken this out. This one was made by Kelly. And then she's just layered up the different layers here to give it some dimension. This is a gorgeous set here, especially if you love to color. This is the angel set that's in the catalog, and they've used the music embossing folder. One of the best parts of this catalog, at least in my opinion, are the number of embossing folders in here. There are some gorgeous embossing folders. So I showed you the hybrid embossing folder. Some of the other ones that you're going to find in there are the Wintry embossing folder. So this is the pine needles that was in Kelly's card that I just showed you right here. There's also in the same one a Snowflake. So if you have the mini cut and emboss machine, this is going to fit in there because it's smaller. So this is a good option for you if you've got the small one. But there's also this musical background, which is really pretty. This is the bark one that goes with that Peaceful Place suite that I was talking about. And then there's this one here that's time worn type. So the time worn type is really, it has like typed script on the back, which I'm told, actually no, not on this one. the script, and then it's sort of gotten worn, kind of like it's like old paper that's kind of peeling or scratched or whatnot. That's kind of the design you're going to get on that embossing folder. And I actually used that on my first go at this card. So you'll see that embossing folder in use down here. You can kind of see what that looks like a little bit. Anyways, there's lots of really beautiful embossing folders, including this music one. But these angels are just adorable. Okay. And again, kind of some non-traditional colors. This one was made by Jennifer. And again, I love that. I've got so many fall cards from my friends. So it just kind of made me happy. I guess no one else is ready for Christmas either. But this is from the Harvest Meadow Suite, which I love so much. I love the paper from this suite. And the colors, they just are totally up my alley. Now, I have used this paper a lot already, but I love the colors that are in here. So we've got the crumb cake color, and there's lots of different neutral crumb cake patterns in this paper. And then on the back side are some brighter colors. So we've got Bumblebee that coordinates with it, the Calypso Coral, the Misty Moonlight, and I don't know if there's any other colors that coordinate with it. Let me see, on the back of your designer series paper, it'll tell you right here. So Bumblebee, Cajun Craze, Crumb Cake, Misty Moonlight, and Soft Succulent. So I must have used up most of the Soft Succulent. Oh, here we go. Here's some Soft Succulent. Beautiful, hey? But this paper and this color palette is just absolutely stunning for all of your... I mean, you could just use the Soft Succulent and the Misty Moonlight for Christmas as well. But I think this is just beautiful colors for all of your fall crafting. Like, it's absolutely gorgeous. One of my favorite parts of the whole catalog actually is that paper set. And that's what she's used. Who was she? Jennifer. What Jennifer's used. And this is the coordinating stamp set that goes with that. And then there's a beautiful cloth ribbon, I guess. It's more of a knit kind of crochet look than a flat ribbon. So you can see it's a little bit bulkier. But it gives you sort of that warm feeling for the holidays. This one is from that gingerbread suite that we looked at the beginning, and I've got it upside down. Happy holidays. And they've used that bedazzling paper there again. Really pretty, isn't it? Yeah. Coordinate it with the gold brushed metal paper here as well. Nice. This one is a Christmas, so it's kind of breaking my rules, but that's okay. Merry and Bright. There is a stamp set with some really big ornaments in it, and I want to say it's called Baubles and something or other, and it has some beautiful dies that come with it with some really intricate expressions in it. Let's see if I can show you that one in the catalog. It's really stunning, and I think it's something that gets overlooked really easily. I mean, I didn't notice it right at the beginning. It's on page 40. I didn't notice it at the beginning because it really looked kind of simple. It just had these two big ornaments and then some different sentiments. The to and from would be great for tags. But I didn't really look at the dies. And so this is kind of small, but in the dies, there is one that coordinates with this shape that says Merry and Bright in it. And then there's one that coordinates with this shape that says Joy. And then also it has, you'll see a die cut for a string and a bow. It has background ones for each of those different ornaments. And then there's a snowflake and there's a Christmas tree one. So this is absolutely, like here you can see one of the die cuts here. It's absolutely stunning. And that's what she's done here on this card is with the Real Red. She has Real Red, I don't know what it's called. It's like the shiny paper. It's like a foil. Sorry, the Real Red foil. You'll find it in the mini catalog as well. They have it in red and green. And she's just cut that out with the die cut and paired it with some Real Red ribbon. Like, I love these dies. The dies, I think, make this stamp set for sure. But it's something that is really easy to overlook because you can't notice the dies down at the bottom there. They're so small. So don't overlook that one on page 40. Here's another one. This is by Sarah Lagasse. And I can't remember what the stamp set is called, but it has these evergreen bows here. It has a couple of other trees. It's called something evergreen anyways. But these colors are amazing. And again, here you're going to see that bedazzling paper. So there's so many different ways that you can use that paper just as an accent or as sort of the main focal point on your card as well. This is that evergreen from the Wintry embossing folder right here again. You can see it a little bit better here with this color, I think, than with the white. Pretty. So super simple. Designer series paper, an embossed piece of cardstock, and a very simple stamping here, and you've got stunning, stunning Christmas cards. Now, let's take a really quick peek at some of the celebration items. I'm just going to run through these really quickly. And I've only got a couple samples to show you, which you may have seen before. This one here is the Feels Like Home stamp set. Absolutely easy, simple stamping, gorgeous projects. You could also color this with the blends. This is a great stamp set to use with the blends. Feels Like Home. This is one of the items you can get for free with a $60 purchase. This one here is another card that I made on our Wednesday get-together, Cards and Coffee, and this was made with the Delicate Dahlia stamp set. And this one here is a level 2. This one you get with a $120 purchase. So you'll see when there are 2 items in the catalog for $120 at that secondary level. And so you'll see that those sets come with a lot more stamps, a lot more intricate items than you'll find in the $60 level. So that's sort of what the difference is. This is a 2-step stamp set. It has the background that I've used to stamp here, and then it has a detail that you can stamp over top, and a number of really fun sentiments. The other thing that's in there that I have is the counting sheep. So these are available separately for a $60 order. So this is the stamp set. So if you're just a stamper, this is perfect. Some really cute, adorable sheep and some fun sentiments that aren't holiday, like aren't Christmas. So if you're looking for some things, actually none of these are Christmas. Looking for some other sets to add to your repertoire, you've got that. But the stamp set, also for a $60 purchase, you could also get coordinating dies to go with that sheep set. So it'll cut out the sheep and it'll cut out some fun coordinating accents. So you've got flags, balloons, clouds, suns, and you've got a little piece of a picket fence, not picket, of a farm fence here, a barnyard fence. So that's another item. So you can get both of these or either one separately. What else do I have? So the other thing is there's some paper in the mini catalog or in Saleabration that you can get for free as well. So let me show you some of this. This is called Peaceful Prints. So you can get this paper, this whole pack of paper, all of this for free with a $60 purchase. And so this coordinates with the deer. There's a deer punch in the annual catalog, no, mini catalog, sorry, that coordinates with this, and we'll actually punch out these deer here as well. So on one side you can see we've got deer, on the other side we've got a check plaid. So these are more of a traditional colors and patterns for the holidays. This is kind of unique though and could be used for any type of crafting. And again in here we've got cherry cobbler, we have got garden green, I believe, and we've got, it looks like crumb cake. No, Sahara sand. Basic black, cherry cobbler, garden green, real red, and Sahara sand. So some of our traditional Christmas colors. And there you go, another check on the back there. We've got some trees on one side, some just polka dots on the other side. And then on this one, you've got, sorry, this one I cut up, but you've got this lined sort of evergreen look on this side and snowflakes on the back side in the garden green. Isn't that pretty? Oh, that's really pretty. Got your little reindeer in Sahara sand, and then another check pattern on the back. So all of this paper you get for free with a $60 purchase as one of the items in Saleabration. So the last thing I want to show you before we get to crafting our project kit is the penguin place paper. So this is another item for free in the Saleabration catalog that coordinates with that set I showed you in the mini catalog. So you can use that penguin builder punch to punch out the penguins in this paper, or you can fussy cut them out with your scissors, just cut around the images as well. And this coordinates with that whole penguin, the one that we use for this, the whole penguin suite. Anyway, some really cute paper. So I have cut into this already, but again, you'll see on one side, you'll see the cute little animals, and on the back side, you've got more of a generic pattern. This is the one I used already. This is really cute with the blues. I like the blues. And that fox is adorable. So again, you get a whole pack of 12 by 12 designer series paper to use for card making, scrapbooking, any kind of crafts that you'd like to make. Maybe you're making gift bags for the holidays, little treat bags for Halloween. Anyways, this is fun. My daughter told me that she wished this paper was wrapping paper because it would look nice under the Christmas tree. Well, I think I've got 2 different designs here. That's pretty too. So this is the fresh freesia. Some of our ink colors are in this paper. Oh, I already showed you that. Anyway, some really, really fun holiday paper here for winter. Or not for winter. Maybe you're just going to send it to a friend. But anyways, let's get our project kits out and let's do some crafting together. So if you received your project kit in the mail, you're going to grab it now. And we're going to make a really cute Christmas tag or gift tag. It doesn't have to be Christmas. Out of that penguin paper, really. So we're going to open this up here. Everything's just here in a clear envelope for you. And again, just be careful. There are some little dimensionals in here, which are just a foam adhesive that we're going to use for our project. So you should have a piece of Fresh Freesia Designer Series paper, and you can use whichever side you want. I have already punched out a little penguin for you. You'll have some foam adhesive, some dimensionals, and these are the wonderful Snowflakes. I think they're called Wonderful Snowflakes. In the Holiday Mini, they come in a sheet. I think there's 6 on a page. You get a whole package of them for $8, I think, and 25 cents. And I've cut mine all up and sent them out to you, so I don't actually have a sheet to show you. But what they are is, and we're going to just carefully do this together, is we're just going to punch out. These are already die cut out for you. And they're on this nice iridescent paper, which you can see if you have your kit. And if you don't have your kit already, don't worry, it's coming. It's in the mail. You can come back and make this project later. But so we have these gorgeous snowflakes here that are nice and iridescent. This tag, I cut out of the Tasteful Tags dies. And this is in shimmery white cardstock. So if you look at yours really closely, you'll see that it kind of has a sparkle to it. And that's the difference between our regular white cardstock and our shimmery white. And the shimmery white has a good, like, it's nice and solid. So it's really good for tags. All right, so let's make this. This is not a hard project. And I want you to see how easy it is to make, well, beautiful things. So we're going to take our adhesive. You can use liquid adhesive, your Stampin' Seal, whatever you have. And we're just going to add our piece of Designer Series paper to the bottom of our tag. Now it's going to be a little bit, it might be a little bit large. So we're going to have to take our scissors and trim this down a tad. So just stick this on. I've lined it up so that it lines on one side and the bottom. That way I only have to do one cut on the one side. So I'm going to use my, if you turn it over, you can just follow the side of your paper to give it a cut. And I think that it's just a little bit big because I was kind of lazy when I sent it to you, and the tags were just slightly smaller. And if I cut the paper up sort of into even increments, the tags were just slightly smaller. So I figured you guys could use your scissors. I hope that's okay. Anyways, there we go. We've got this Fresh Freesia Designer Series paper at the bottom here. We are going to add our snowflake. And the great thing about these snowflakes is on the back side, you'll see this little shape here is the exact same shape as a Stampin' dimensional. So we're going to take our dimensional, except mine might be sliced a little bit, and we're going to just stick it right there into the center of our snowflake. And so you'll just peel off the adhesive off the back, and you can save if you've got extras for another project. And we're going to just take this and stick this over here. It is going to hang off the edge just slightly, and that's exactly what we want it to do. So you can put this however you want it to be shaped. It really doesn't matter. Just stick it on there, just like so. Now we need to add our little penguin. We're going to take our penguin and we're going to again add some adhesive to the back of our penguin. I'm going to just put a little bit of a strip here on our penguin, and he's going to go right on top of our snowflake, just like this. And now we have a cute little tag. So up here you would write to or from, or stamp your little sentiment. You could tie this to a gift bag. So now I've included this piece of ribbon. This is also from the mini catalog, and it's just gorgeous with all of this sparkle in it. This is called the Glittered Organdy ribbon. And so I've included a strip of that. And so you can either, how I like to do my ribbon is I like to fold it actually. So I fold it in half. I feel like I'm like not doing this correctly now that I have you here. And I feed it through the hole. And then I just take the loose ends here and put it right through the loop. Just like that. And then I just pull to tighten it. just pull gently. This is kind of stiff ribbon, so you got to just kind of work with it a bit. And then I just pull it until it's in a knot, just like that. And you can cut this down. I left it long so that if you wanted to tie this to a gift bag or a present or whatever, you could do that. But you could cut this down if you just want it to be like decorative on there as well. So anyways, this is the one that I made before with a little piece of the shorter ribbon here. Just a really simple project that you can put together in seconds to dress up your gifts. So I hope you enjoyed that project, and you can come back and make this as many times as you want. You can get, I don't know, hundreds of these little penguins out of that pack of paper. So have fun creating and making different things. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me today. There's so much more that I could share with you, but we would be here for hours if I shared all of the stuff. I actually have things I haven't even opened yet out of that holiday mini because, again, I'm trying not to do Christmas yet. Last year, I remember by the time Christmas came, I was so over Christmas cards that it was just like, it was almost painful for me to do Christmas. So I'm trying to really delay that and focus on fall holidays here with a little bit of Merry Christmas in here for you as well. So thank you for joining me. Just as a reminder, we played a lot with the penguin place today. So we made this card here with the Merriest Moments. And I showed you this card as well that was made with that same set out of the Merriest Moments paper that has the intricate dies. So if you want to go back and watch again how we did that, you can rewatch this as many times as you'd like. But thank you so much for joining me here today on Saturday. If you have any questions about any of the things you've seen, just leave a comment. If you would like to receive the mini catalog or the celebration brochure, just leave me a comment as well. Just put celebration or mini catalog in the comments and I will send that to you. A reminder about the Pretty Pumpkins class. And there's some information on the back there for you as well. So you can sign up for that just by emailing me at saralynnstamps@gmail.com. And yeah, I hope you enjoy your Saturday. It's supposed to be a hot one. So get out there and enjoy it while you can. Happy Saturday, and have an enjoyable time crafting with these new projects, these new products. Bye, guys.